This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Dumpster Diving. I just gotta look at Mike on the screen there. Oh my god.
I need a haircut.
Oh, mine's too low. Let's see. There we go.
There we go. Nice.
Hey, Riga. Yeah, the video's not bad.
Is there an Iron Cross in the background?
But that was, my father's most.
It came with the house. It was here when we moved it.
And I assume that symbol was because an Indian family lived here before. But yeah. So dumpster diving today. We're talking about the Green Books. What's it called again?
Yes.
Paul Provenza.
The Green Room.
Paul Provenza prevents racism.
The Green Room with Paul Provenza.
Yeah. Again, you can find it on Hulu, and you can find it on YouTube if you really want. If you want to bypass Hulu.
Yes.
Because Disney owns Hulu. I just figured I'd point that out.
Oh yeah, they probably do.
No, they do. They own 100% of it. Once they bought Fox's, they had part of it. I think they had like a third of it, and then they bought Fox, and they got Fox's share, which was a third, and then I think NBC Universal had the other third, and they were just like, just fucking sell it to us. So they did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Disney, buy everything. That's their corporate motto. But anyway, so we're talking about the Green Room. Again, we get, at the beginning of this, we get Jonathan Winters opening the door and letting us know that we can't come in. Do you think that Robin Williams basically, like, he must have hero worshipped Jonathan Winters, right?
I believe he did, but also, just in general, he's pretty well regarded as a joke thief. He would, commonly stand there and find up-and-coming comics, doing their act, and liberally steal jokes and use them on, the Tonight Show, that kind of shit.
It's awesome. Good job. Good for you. When you're talking about Robin Williams, or you're talking about Jonathan Winters?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Jonathan Winters, I mostly know from one of the best episodes of The Twilight Zone, A Game of Pool.
That's correct, yeah. The finest on Randolph Street.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I'm kind of concerned for you. Do you know what I'm concerned about?
What?
I feel that you haven't been keeping current.
That's true. I am far behind current times.
Well, why don't we hop over to Bossip.com and get current?
All right, Bossip, what do we got?
All right, this is a great headline. What the hell? Louisiana cop gets fired for saying it's, quote, unfortunate, unquote, more black people haven't died from COVID-19.
What?
And no, this isn't the Warren Scanner, in case anybody's wondering.
Holy shit.
Well, is anybody shocked that a guy from Louisiana is racist?
Right.
It's Louisiana. I'm surprised. Tell me when someone's not saying that. That's more newsworthy.
I'm surprised anyone could understand him say it.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, too bad someone over there used to come out. What? Was that racist?
I guess.
We just assume. Why? Why? Besides the obvious
Louisiana,
reasons,
Mark.
because you hate black people.
Really.
How did this happen? How did this get out?
Louisiana.
That's true.
I'm just surprised anybody got upset.
The first thing that pops up when I type in Louisiana cop into Google is Louisiana cop planting crack.
There you go. Sprinkling crack, as Dave Chappelle says.
Right. Just some sprinkles of crack. Oh, yeah, he absolutely is, too. There's a picture. A video showing cops in Jefferson Parish, a suburb of New Orleans, allegedly planting crack near an African-American suspect in handcuffs has gone viral on social media in a potentially dark situation. That's a dark situation.
Oh, is that the word you want to use?
Yeah, for the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office.
I like how, that would be the one that Steven Seagal is a deputy at.
Uh-huh.
Are you aware that Steven Seagal is a deputy sheriff in Louisiana somewhere?
No, I did not.
No, I think he lives in Russia now, but yeah, he was definitely a deputy sheriff in Louisiana somewhere.
Well, good for him, I guess.
Here's one you're probably familiar with. Quote, I shouldn't have been such a wise guy, unquote. Joe Biden retracts controversial "you ain't black" comment. Are you familiar with this comment?
I thought it was going to be Joe Pesci. I shouldn't have been such a wise guy. Yeah, I believe Joe Biden said something like, if you're not voting for me, you ain't really black or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing to say. Joe Biden, again, I don't feel the Democrats really are trying to win, but I mean, I guess they just put somebody out there that everybody knows the name of. I don't know what their theory is.
Yeah, I don't either.
He's not a genius by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. And to be honest with you guys, and I know I'm going to piss off a bunch of liberals out there and whatever. I don't give a fuck about anyone. There's, aside from probably climate change, I guess, and I doubt that Biden would do a ton to change climate change. He might do slightly better than Trump. But aside from that, there's pretty much no difference between these two guys. They've both been accused of sexual assault. Their policies are going to be almost identical. There's really no reason to vote.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We keep getting old people.
I'm not excited about this election. But yeah, he said something like, "Hey, you're not black if you don't vote for me." For whatever reason, black people love Joe Biden though. I don't.
Probably because he served under Obama, maybe? I don't know.
I guess. I mean, he's had like a strong relationship with the African American community. Maybe he's done a lot of stuff for him. I don't know. But yeah, I don't get it. But most black people will probably still vote for him. Because most black people vote Democratic. I mean, that's just I think it's like 91% or 92% or something like that.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, a vast majority of black people vote for Democrats.
Yeah. Here's a couple quick sports stories.
Okay.
Get well soon. New York Knicks legend Patrick Ewing reveals he tested positive for coronavirus.
Oh, I'm surprised that coronavirus didn't shoot for him and miss.
Do you get coronavirus from eating a lot of cheeseburgers?
Apparently. Yeah. Oh, I hope you get better, Patrick Ewing. But that just makes me think of that Clerks thing. Patrick Ewing makes an important jump shot. The Knicks win for once. Patrick, stop dreaming about your crappy jump shot.
Right.
Oh man, I'll tell you what though, he blocked 3 shots, or he got called for goaltending twice and blocked a shot in the NCAA finals when he played for Georgetown. I think his senior year. So that's probably the highlight of his career.
Yeah, probably. Here's a funny headline: SMH Nessa calls out the NFL for listing Colin Kaepernick's status as retired on their website.
Who is Nessa?
I think it's his girlfriend or something.
Okay.
This picture of Colin Kaepernick is hilarious. He's got like a Michael Jackson-esque, like shiny, like bolero, like like a bander, like something you carry like shotgun shells in, like wrapped around like his vest.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
I mean, does anybody think Colin Kaepernick's going to come back into football and like be like a top athlete?
I can't imagine that he would. I mean, like. It's not like he had like one good season, basically 1-2 good seasons,
1 or 2.
Yeah. And it's not like he was ever one of the greatest. They kind of
figured him out. Yeah.
And then he's been non-competing for what, like 3 years, 4 years? That's like an eternity.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's an eternity for an athlete. So I can't imagine did he deserve a job at some point over the last few years in the NFL as like a backup or something? Probably. I mean, what happened to him was like, he probably did get blackballed. It's, dumb and everything. But I mean, the guy was never going to be the next, Joe Namath or whatever.
No.
He's never going to say to a white woman, I want to kiss you.
Jeez.
Remember Namath? I want to kiss you. Apparently her name is Nessa Diab, known mononymously as Nessa, is an American radio and TV personality and television host. Nessa first rose to prominence for her artist and celebrity interviews of San Francisco Bay Area top 40 station the Wild 94.9 and YouTube, which led to MTV seeking her out to be on Girl Code, whatever the fuck that is. She has hosted various MTV and MTV2 shows. She currently hosts the Drive Time Shift on New York City's top-rated Hot 97.
There you go, with Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe, I don't know, probably not.
But apparently she was on something called Girl Code and Ain't That America. Is that...
wasn't something on there?
Yeah. Ain't That America, I think, was that the the Nelly John Cougar Mellencamp collaboration. Ain't That right. America. Let's see, Girl Code is a comedy, well, I'll be the judge of that, a comedy television series on MTV. Let's see. It currently airs through Snapchat Discover.
Isn't that where Seinfeld once aired?
Apparently, I guess. Aquafina's in it, and Carly Aquilino. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so Ain't That America is it's an MTV2 show. Chris, let's see, it's hosted by Lil Duval. Is that like a little Robert Duvall?
Probably.
That's a midget who looks a lot like Robert Duvall. Lil Duval and Chris DiStefano. I know him, but he's a stand-up comedian, I think.
Could be.
But something is not on here, just so you know.
What? Oh, okay.
Something, I don't see something. I mean, maybe she was, but I don't see something on here.
Yeah, that's all I have from Bossip this week for the Bossip Keeping Current with Mike television program.
Keeping Bossip with Mike.
Hey, do we have any new emails, Mark?
Yeah, we do. Let me, let's see. I don't know. You don't need to continue blocking. Just I don't know if I want it to always be able to download everybody out there who has no idea what I'm talking about. But download this, because this is the show that I want to open it. What the fuck? Anyway, so I oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I can grab an email real quick here. I really do need to get like a folder of all the emails so we can so I can read like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them or whatever. Okay, let me see. Let's dip into the mailbag. Mark, go fuck yourself. Oh, well, no, that's for my dad.
Oh, you got that one?
Let's see. Google Gmail. Hello, boys. That's a very funny way to start this email. Hello, boys. My name is Jessica, and I am a big fan of the show. Thank you, Jessica. And we know your name now. So, how's it going, Jessica? She put her last name in here. I'm not going to read her last name, though. She signed her last name. We're not reading your last name, Jessica, but thanks for listening to the show. Jessica asks, Mike and Mark, what are your favorite movies and favorite TV shows? And do you have any plans of creating any other shows, reviewing any shows. That's a really weirdly worded sentence, Jessica. But good on you. Sincerely, love you guys. Jessica, and then her last name, which I'm not going to read. But I'll give out her email address. No, Mike, I don't know, like favorite stuff. People ask us that all the time, like favorite stuff. I don't know. Like, what do you think, Mike? What's one of your favorite things?
TV shows, obviously Justified.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Big fan of Justified. Justified,
2.0?
Mostly Justified.
What about Westworld?
I'm not a big fan of that. I watched first season; it was okay.
Mm-hmm. I haven't
but now
seen
that
it.
Justified's on it. Oh wait, that's not Justified. That's Aaron Paul was on the most recent season.
Isn't one of the Hemsworths on Westworld?
I don't know.
Jake or I don't know, Asgard Hemsworth.
Yahoo.
Oh man. Let me see if I got another one in here. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is from Darren. It reads.
I feel like we didn't answer that question at all.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So my favorite shows. I mean, we've talked about
Lizzie McGuire,
Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul. Obviously, we love those shows. I'm a fairly big fan of what I've seen of Game of Thrones. Except for certain aspects of it.
The Wire is great. I like that show a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
A lot of good stuff on HBO.
Yeah.
Dream On.
Oh yeah, I like Dream On.
No, I've never seen that.
I used to like that show a lot, actually. That was one of those things that you could watch, and it had some nudity in it and some sex stuff in it, but your parents wouldn't really know. Like if you were watching it, they weren't hip on it. They weren't like, oh, that's a show about sex. They were just like, oh, Brian Benben, he looks wholesome. Wendy Malick's on this. She's gonna be in Just Shoot Me later.
Yep. Yes, she is.
That's what
Spade.
That's what your parents would say. Okay, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I like. Movies, it's harder.
Kids in the Hall.
Oh yeah, Kids in the Hall for sure. Movies, it's more difficult, I think. If you want to know, so Jessica, if you want to know more newer stuff that I care about, or I don't know, we just talked about on the last episode, we just talked about The Wrong Missy. That's pretty good. I mean, check that out. Other than that, I don't know. Trying to think of something that came out recently that I liked. What's that one? We watched it. The Irishman. That's pretty good. You know what I want to watch is Parasite. That's on Netflix, or I mean Hulu right now.
Parasite.
So
Parasites. Mark Maron on the most recent episode of.
Real quickly, I got one more letter. So Darren says to us, "Hey dudes, don't call us dudes. If you write, I don't know why, but I don't like that. If you write in, please don't call us dudes. Sorry for calling you out, Darren, but
Mark's being a cuck again.
I don't like it. Hey dudes. Because you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think, hey dude, it's a little wild and a little strange.
No, sorry.
Anyway, he asks, I'm cutting the cord for cable.
I thought he was having a child.
I'm currently cutting the umbilical cord right now.
Burning question. Did you like the original Darren or the second one? My name's Darren too. It's been haunting my whole
life. What streaming services should I get? Which ones do you recommend? Which ones are the best?
Well, that depends. I mean, if I'd wait for HBO Max because there's so many good series on HBO. I just go through those, and you have a lot of entertainment there. You go through Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Wire, Oz, Game of Thrones, Dream On, obviously.
Right, exactly.
Lots of good stuff there.
The Brian Benben classic Dream On.
Right.
But seriously, it really, like Mike said, it really depends, Darren. We don't have enough information. Are you super into the MCU movies and Star Wars and shit like that? Well, you're probably going to want Disney Plus.
And start listening to the Weekly Planet instead.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess we could look at it that way.
Did you see Thor with his ass gaudy and hectic?
If you're a big fan of the Weekly,
I was doing your hot takes from a group of people that were soundly defeated by a group of emus. WeeklyPlanet.com.
If you're a big fan,
If your cultural hero is Yahoo Serious or Paul Hogan, you know where to tune in.
oh my god. Oh yeah, Tourism Australia, everybody.
If you like a lot of burnt down, wilderness, go to Australia.
If you listen to us in the Dinny when you're taking a Groken,
You're shoving a didgeridoo up a Sheila.
right there you go. Then yeah, Disney Plus is probably for you. If you like our show, I'd say Netflix and like you said, HBO Max.
Netflix. Yeah, HBO Max is going to be where it's at because they'll have South Park. I still am tempted for Disney because there's a lot of shit my daughter. I have two daughters. I have a 6-year-old and an 11-year-old. A lot of stuff they like is on there, but I really hate supporting them in any way.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even though I do. But yeah, I think you can't really go wrong with Netflix if you don't already have Netflix.
Disney has all the Simpsons, which is tempting in itself. There's so many good classic episodes.
Yeah, and if you want, and that's it. Here's the thing: if you like St. Elsewhere, then you're gonna want to get Hulu because every episode of St. Elsewhere is on Hulu. But no, if you want to keep current with Mike and
Bosstep.com, the website.
If you want to keep up with,
are you getting dragged?
If you want to keep up with current shows that are on network TV, and you don't want to
ask one of your grandchildren to help you figure out the digital signal to satellite antenna ratio.
Yeah, exactly. But and you don't want to use a VPN or whatever and get it by illegal means. YouTube TV is good too. That's
what's good on network TV, Mark.
Better Call Saul.
Is AMC network TV though?
Well, I just mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess by network TV, I mean like any of the currently like airing cable stuff that's not on streaming. Yeah, as far as network TV goes, our good friend Ed Begley Jr. is in a show called Bless This Mess. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. Ed Begley Jr. when he guests on Young Sheldon is a good show.
He mentioned that show. I've never seen it. I don't think I ever will watch it. But I mean, good for him.
Yeah, no, I love Ed Begley Jr. But
we know.
I don't. No, I don't know. As far as network TV shows go, probably like I said, Bless This Mess is good. I like Good Girls. My wife and I watched that with the woman.
Good Girls.
Yeah, it's called Good Girls. It's with the woman from Mad Men. The really, what's her name?
The one with the giant knockers?
Yeah, Christina Hendricks, I think her name is.
Do you know she's married to the Snosberries guy from Super Troopers?
She is?
Yeah.
Wow. She seems too substantial of a woman for him.
I don't know.
It
seems to work. I think they're still married.
You would think that the man she was with would be like bigger, stronger, and stuff.
Bigger, faster, more proactive.
Their marriage doesn't make mathematical sense.
Whatever. I think she dated that Ashton Kutcher guy.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
I've never seen The Appeal there with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have his cell phone number though for texting.
Did you know he has a twin brother?
No, I didn't. What's his name? Blashton Kutcher?
I'm not sure. Ashton Kutcher originally majored in bioengineering because his twin brother has some weird genetic disorder he was trying to figure out how to cure.
Is the genetic disorder that he has to at all times have a goatee?
That he has no ability to modulate the tone of his voice.
No, I hope his brother's doing good.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, his poor brother Ashton Kutcher had to face that Demi Moore bush, and we all know about that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher's lucky he didn't get lost.
That's not a bush. That's a shrub.
That's not a bush. That's the bush from Australia. Again, an Australian.
They might come after you at the end of The Shining.
Oh my god. Yeah. So Mark Maron, again on this episode of the Green Books Room, and sometimes I think this show should be called "Let Me Step on This Joke."
Right?
Because they interrupt each other a lot.
You have a bunch of comedians, trying to get the funniest line in. So, yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So who's on this one? Mark Maron, Paul Mooney, Rain Pryor.
Yep.
Is it Kelly Carlin?
And Carlin. No, Kelly Carlin's not on there. It's, what's his name? Bobby Slayton. Bobby Slayton.
Yeah, Bobby Slayton, you're right.
Jim Jeffries, yeah. Bobby Slayton dominates the conversation. I'm surprised he didn't talk about the time that he played Joey Bishop in the Rat Pack movie that was on HBO.
He did?
Yeah, he was Joey Bishop.
That's the worst casting I've ever heard of.
It's not great, but yeah.
It's not even good?
No, not at all. No, so the Rat Pack movie, this is who was in it, okay? Ray Liotta as Frank Sinatra. Joe Mantegna as Dean Martin, Don Cheadle as Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know the name of the actor who played Peter Lawford, but he was the best one. He was like the closest one. And then Bobby Slayton is Joey Bishop.
That's not good.
No, it's a somewhat interesting movie in certain ways, but yeah, it's very poorly cast.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, he was in that, and then Paul Mooney. You know who Paul Mooney is, people. I mean, have you seen the Chapel Show?
Yes.
Where he, he's Blastradamus or whatever it was. Blackstradamus,
and also Ask a Black Guy.
Mm-hmm. Stephen King. Stephen King asks him a question.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then let's see. Oh yeah, Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries, who I like a lot, actually. I think Jim Jeffries is very funny.
Like that other Australian.
Exactly, the other Australian comedian, Nick Mason.
Right.
So I like when Paul Mooney tells the story about when he took Rain Pryor in as a baby because she was living in the House of Pain and jumping around or whatever. And Jim Jeffries goes, well, that's a very funny story, Paul. That's good.
Yeah.
It really did bring the energy completely down.
Right.
But, it was a fine episode. I thought it was pretty interesting because they talked a lot about race. Paul Mooney brought up white privilege, and I think this probably came out 2010, maybe 2009, something like that. So a pretty early reference to white privilege. I don't think that phrase was being bandied about as much as it is now. Back then,
yeah, he might have invented it.
But yeah, so I thought that was fairly interesting. Like I said, a lot of political talk. It's not as funny as most episodes, though. And they don't talk about comedy as much. They talk with Rain Pryor a lot about her dad, and which I would think would be kind of annoying to constantly have to talk about your dad.
Right, but at the same time, what has she done?
True. I mean, she is mixed race, though, so
that's an accomplishment.
Yep. No, they did. I thought it was interesting how she did say, she's like, well, this is like America, right? You have a biracial person, you have a Jew, you have a black person, you have she starts saying like an Australian dude or whatever, but like an immigrant, because he Jim Jeffries lives here now. And then Paul Provenza, who I think is just generic white guy, right?
Yeah.
That basically is America. Just not as, not as equally represented as that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What did you think of this episode? It's not my favorite episode in the world.
No, I mean, it's interesting to have Rain Pryor on there and what's his name, Paul Mooney, to talk about, Richard Pryor, obviously one of the greats of comedy.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. But like I said, a lot of people stepping on each other's jokes, and Bobby Slayton apparently loves being provocative. I'm not super familiar with this guy's comedy. I know he's one of those guys that's been around like forever. Paul Mooney, been around for a while too.
Being like he openly admits being like a cocaine user. I don't know if he still does, but he's like a definitely like super hyped up type personality.
Yeah. He's one of those people that seems angry all the time too, and like you said, it's it's kind of old man yells at cloud syndrome.
Hey, Mark, I wasn't able to screen cap it properly, but look at your Windows Messenger. I want your reaction for possibly the funniest picture ever.
All right, let me see. How do I open this? Where
open on Windows Messenger.
Where am I supposed to be going? Windows Messenger?
I sent it to you on Windows Messenger, yep.
Do I have a Windows Messenger?
That's what we communicate when we're going to start the show on, yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, you mean Facebook Messenger?
Sorry, yeah, Facebook, that's right.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck? All right, give me 1 second, and I will, I have to log in to Facebook.
Oh, God.
Well, normally I'd just be able to look on my phone, but my phone died, so it's over plugged in. I mean, I could play the theme song if you want to.
Oh no, I'm good.
While I go get it. All right, I'm in. Don't worry, we got this. Let's see.
I'm in.
Well, that's a funny picture. Ryan Wagner, State Farm agent. Oh, we just gave Ryan Wagner, State Farm agent, free publicity. If you are
send us money, Wagner.
Yeah, if you're a real estate agent and you want to be heard by potentially billions of people, I'm not saying that our audience is in the billions, but
okay, Carl Sagan.
But billions of people could potentially listen to this show. They have the ability to. So, if you want to be heard by potentially billions of people, why don't you fucking give us some money? Write to massivelatefee@gmail.com and tell us.
Weeklyplanet.com.
Oh my God. Where did you find this?
Did you see it?
Weird Al Yankovic as Adolf Eichmann. And it's the funniest, he looks so pleased.
He looks like he's having a good time.
Yeah, he really does.
It's from an episode of Drunk History. It was like heist, so when they kidnapped Eichmann.
Oh my God, that is so.
It's just funny that he's
funny.
Just of all people to play Adolf Eichmann, Weird Al.
Weird Al Yankovic. I love it.
Can you imagine a hilarious parody of The Final Solution?
What song would it be set to? This is the end of the world as we know it.
Isn't there a song called The New Beck, New Pollution? But instead of New Pollution, it's Final Solution.
Oh my God.
She's a load in the new pollution. You know that song?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
But Final Solution.
He's alone with his final solution. Yeah, I could see it.
A really good Weird Al song is
real quick. Doesn't that start off? She's got cigarette on each arm. It could be. He's got tattoo on each arm.
Oh, sir. A very funny Weird Al song is it's a parody of Blurred Lines. It's called Word Crimes. It's a lot of about grammar and spelling and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love that one.
Every so often, they'll do something that's just brilliant. Like the lyrics in that song, especially, are very brilliant. But I feel like for the most part, I hate Weird Al.
Really, I like Weird Al. I mean, now,
but it seems like he's not putting a lot of effort. But every so often, he'll do a very amazing version of it. Like the song "Dare to Be Stupid" was he called it a style parody of Devo and stuff. That was a really good song.
Yep. Yeah, well, I agree. But yeah, I like Word Crimes a lot. I mean, I'm not like a huge Weird Al fan where like I follow everything he does or anything like that. I've never owned a Weird Al album, but
Weird Al fans are the type of people who go to that concert wearing their Weird Al shirts.
yeah, exactly. They're those guys. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that wears the
Gutter is a tool. Gutter is a tool.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, Rain Pryor, I mean, it's kind of interesting. This isn't my favorite episode. Jim Jeffries is funny, like you said, with his joke about, like, a way to bring it down, Paul. And also he says, like, a joke about, like, there's more of them working, which is a racist joke.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, they go, like, what does it mean that Obama's president? Maybe this was 08 or 09. It was like, what does it mean that Obama's president? He's like, well, there's one more of them employed. Oh, Jim Jeffries. We should just call this show though Stream of Consciousness or Non Sequitur,
Mark Maron.
Whatever, because we just bounce from one thing to the next.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about because I mean, like my wife mentioned that we don't really talk about what they say, but I mean, at least in these episodes so far, there's really not a lot to say. Although, kind of interesting, I've heard like some theories that Paul Mooney, and not that it matters or anything, but I mean, just interestingly enough, like a lot of people speculate that Paul Mooney is gay.
Okay.
Which most of it stems from a roast back, like with Richard Pryor, where Richard Pryor makes a reference to Paul Mooney, like being like a queen or something like that. Mm-hmm. They make similar jokes in this episode, and if you notice, Paul Mooney never says no or addresses it; he just laughs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird to me, at least, that Richard Pryor and his wife would bring their baby to a man instead of like some woman. Which again, it's a stereotype, but one that seems to be often like true that people aren't as like terrified of like bringing their children to like a gay man than like a straight man.
Yeah, absolutely. So
it's really weird thing with that, with like men and like, I mean, if a man likes being like, I enjoy my children a lot. They're funny, they're hilarious. I like kids, but I mean, being a man saying you like kids just sounds creepy.
Yeah, you sound like a very dedicated pedophile.
Yeah, like a Dimitri Martin joke. He says it's creepy enough to say you like children, but if you're very specific, like I love 11-year-olds, that's like even like another step.
You're the kind of person that has a sliding shower door in your basement so that you can just practice that open and close motion. Let's see. Paul Mooney's sons speak on their father's gay rumors.
Oh, he's got kids.
Apparently. He molested Richard Pryor Jr. I'm sorry. Paul Mooney's sons speak on their father's gay rumors and allegations he molested Richard Pryor Jr., which is kind of interesting if that happened, because he very much defended Michael Jackson. Not that
I think his sons are going to say he didn't do it.
All right, let's see. But a lot of people, especially people of color, tend to defend Michael Jackson against rumors that he was a pedophile. I mean, I guess because they're fans, and they don't want to believe it or whatever. But I mean, come on. Let's see. I don't know.
This actually, after you tell me what they say about Paul Mooney, this actually is an idea I had for a show, which I think is a perfect segue right here.
Okay. Let's see. So I don't know who Khan is, but Khan made his statements in a Comedy Hype interview on YouTube. He said Richard Pryor Sr. was so upset with the alleged assault that he put out a $1 million hit on Mooney. Well, why isn't he dead then? Richard Pryor Jr. was reportedly a minor at the time Khan said the assault happened. Paul Mooney denied the allegations, with his publicist Cassandra Williams releasing a statement. There is no validity to Rayshawn Khan's statement as it relates to Mr. Paul Mooney. Now Mooney's sons, Dwayne and Daryl Mooney, are calling foul on Khan's allegations as well. In a series of spirited interviews with Comedy Hype, they addressed the allegations that their dad molested Pryor Jr., and they answered rumors that their dad was gay. So yes, they did not... They denied that he... I don't know how they would know, but...
but I imagine Rain Pryor wouldn't be on the show if she thought her brother was molested by Paul Mooney either.
Yeah, I mean, that's my guess as well. So that seems pretty... I mean, without any, like, kind of proof at all or any... and not... I mean, like, I don't know. Is Richard Pryor Jr. dead, or is he still alive?
existed, so I don't know if the first thing about Richard Pryor Jr.
Yeah, but I don't know. It seems somewhat difficult for me to believe. But basically, they also says they don't think he's gay, but they don't know. Basically, so whatever. But yeah, the show that you wanted to
Sure,
pitch.
but- Yeah, my other topic, and this I think is a very interesting topic to me myself because I don't know the answer to this, but I mean, how do you separate an artist from their art? Like, speak of Michael Jackson, a lot of people love his music. I'm not a big fan myself, but I mean,
Me either.
assume that you think he's 100% guilty. Then are you? What is it? I mean, do you separate the art from the artist? Like, I listened recently to R. Kelly. I like his music quite a bit, but I mean, he seems like a deplorable human being. Is it okay to listen to R. Kelly's music? Are you comfortable with it?
I mean,
that might be a bad example. Like, say David Lee Roth was accused of the stuff that R. Kelly was accused of. Would you listen to early Van Halen stuff?
Well, yeah, and it's like in today's day and age, there's a lot of examples. Louis C.K., for instance, not
Naked Gun movies with O.J. Simpson.
Right, exactly. For me, I usually can separate the person, the real person from the character or the celebrity or whatever. I'm trying to think if I've watched any episodes of The Cosby Show. Not that I was a huge fan of The Cosby Show, because I really wasn't. But I think I watched one for Dumpster Diving, maybe, since the allegations came out.
We watched the one where he was like mixing like stuff into people's drinks.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's a little difficult to separate. But I mean, I think
again, like you, I was never a big fan of Cosby.
Yeah, and that's what's hard about it is a lot of these people I wasn't necessarily huge fans of. Like
I like Louis C.K. quite a bit. He's pretty funny. But I mean, like I imagine, like what if like Norm Macdonald there was an allegation that he like groped somebody or like drugged somebody. I mean, that'd be very difficult because I'm a huge fan of Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough, and I guess it depends on the nature of the crime as well. I don't know. It'd be difficult, but it's hard to separate. But I think in certain instances it can be done. For whatever reason, like I can watch the Naked Gun movies and not necessarily, not that O.J. Simpson's a big part of them, but not really
he's
think
very
about
funny
it.
in them.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what about like a movie you like? Like, I'm not sure if you're a big fan of like Rosemary's Baby. I mean, could you watch that with Roman Polanski being the director? Or what about the whole Jeepers Creepers series? The first one I saw, It was pretty good, I thought. But after I found out the director is like a convicted child molester who filmed like an actor, a young boy in one of his movies, like performing fellatio on him, that kind of shit.
Yeah. Yes. So, the Roman Polanski one is a good example.
He for sure. I mean, but then you have to say, what about Francis Ford Coppola? He supported him after he was involved in that kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But that one's a good example because I do like Rosemary's Baby. I like Chinatown. And I don't think I've watched.
I mean, I saw one movie by him. What was it? The one with Johnny Depp, the one where he's like a rare book stealer. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Ninth Gate, I think.
Yes.
That's a really good movie. It's a very good movie. Great direction, but I mean. Do I want to? I mean, me going to the movies to see that is putting money in his pocket in some way or another. Do I really want to financially support somebody?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can find a way to do it without financially supporting them, I guess that's something you can try to figure out. That would be, I guess, the biggest thing. Like if you don't agree with what they did, you don't want to financially support them. But yeah, it's
on the other
difficult.
end of the scale, like Dave Coulier, he like mouth fucked Alanis Morissette in a movie theater. Do you want to give him more credibility than he deserves?
I mean, does he deserve more money from that?
What I want to know is what movie was it?
Oh yeah, what would it be? What movie would she be bored enough by?
I know the perfect movie that it would be. Hold on, I can't say this without laughing.
Okay.
Also, I don't know the full title of the movie, but I think it's Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, God.
The one with Jason Alexander.
Yeah, yes. It's just Rocky and Bullwinkle.
That might be too late, but Dave Coulier would be all over that shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know the year it came out or the year it would have been.
Years wrong. He goes, "Hey, Alanis, what's that in your mouth? Is it wood?"
Oh my god.
And she's busting a gut and just like spraying it out of her nose as he's climaxing. It's a fucking big deal. And then Fred Willard's over there telling him to calm it down. He's trying to focus.
It looks like one of those Play-Doh like setups where it's just squirting out.
She looks like Matt Enid after swallowing a quarter in his movie meal.
Oh, and then someone says to hey, that looks like Play-Doh. Are you dehydrated?
And then she looks like Spider-Man just punched her in the nose.
Oh, God. Oh my God.
Your sense is off. She's just a Canadian. That's why her head's so big.
That's true. Apparently Richard Pryor Jr. is alive, I guess. I don't know. It just says Richard Pryor Jr., born 1961, known for his work on The Color Purple, Silent Bark, and Bustin' Loose.
And then it says in big letters, and nothing else.
Yeah. Trivia. Son of Richard Pryor. Half-brother
to Ray Pryor.
Half-brother of Ray Pryor. Personal quotes. My freakish life parallels my father's in many ways. A Peoria whorehouse, abuse, alcohol, and drug addiction, and frequent bad decisions. But I survived. Is that like him bragging? But I survived.
His other quote is, I regret hanging out with Paul Mooney.
Oh my God. So he looks a lot like his dad. Like kind of a broken down version of his dad, but he looks a lot like his dad. But whatever, I don't know. I mean, he was in The Color Purple.
Do you find Richard Pryor funny these days?
Do I find Richard Pryor funny these days? Some of his bits are still funny. Some of his bits, obviously, I mean, it's the 70s, so some of his bits fall pretty flat now.
Do you think they're ever going to do a biopic of him? And if so, who should play him? And is it Donald Glover? They should do a biopic of him. I don't know if they ever will. Will he be played by Rain Pryor?
I can't think of anybody else besides Donald Glover that could do it. Maybe Michael B. Jordan, but you'd have to really age him up.
Yeah.
I looked up Tom Hanks for some reason.
To play Richard Pryor?
No,
Are you a Hollywood executive?
After doing the thing. I'm on Bing, by the way. Somehow I got to Bing. I don't know how that happened. But
when Chinese, it means disease.
But one of the first things that comes up is Tom Hanks admits he is a violent pedophile.
Violent?
Yeah, I don't know violent in what, but this is Reddit.
Source of this. Oh, Reddit. It's got to be reliable then.
Reddit's. I mean, obviously Reddit's not reliable. Well, it's the subreddit Pedogate. Apparently,
I think we've reported this before.
Apparently, we talked about it a little bit before, but apparently this is the spiritual successor of the band Pizzagate sub.
Oh, band, BANNED. I thought you meant like band, like, Band on the Run.
Right. Tom Hanks is...
We are Pizzagate!
It says Tom Hanks is the Satanist pedophile king of Hollywood, and he's been hiding it in plain sight only as of the last few years. What does that mean?
He just started to hide it, I guess. I don't know.
He was very open about it. Look at Joe versus the volcano. It's right there.
Yeah. Remember that one movie he was in called I Love Pedophilia?
However, once you review the evidence, you'll understand that it is so blatant, so obvious, so exceedingly arrogant.
Was this another story by A12 _ 14 QAnon?
Apparently, yeah. It says just like James Gunn. Okay, I mean, like I know James Gunn not for pedophilia, but whatever. But some of these names, just listen to this. Just like James Gunn, Michael Ian Black, Rainn Wilson, and now Rian Johnson. What the Michael? Why Michael Ian Black? He's not even he doesn't even seem famous enough to make something up about.
That's true.
I'm confident after this post, this piece of shit will be over. Okay.
Do you think that if Michael Ian Black and Adam Scott ever ran into each other, they do like a thing where they think they're looking into a mirror, and they'll move the right hand, the other one will move the corresponding left hand, that sort of thing?
I hope so.
There's this new show on Netflix I haven't watched. It's like about people whose lives are changed by psychedelics, and Michael Ian Black's on it. Or no, actually, it's Adam Scott. Maybe it's both. I think it might be both.
I like Adam Scott a lot.
Yeah, I first found out about him from Step Brothers. He's really good in that. I like that movie a lot. He basically plays the same thing, but he's okay.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. I mean, I don't really have much more to say about this thing. Like you said.
I thought this whole series had a lot more killer parts, but there are some very slower episodes, and a lot of them which you've already seen.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Do you know who's on the next one?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Ted DiBiase?
It might be. It might be the $1 Million Man himself.
Mark Maron?
Well, Mark Maron's definitely on it. You know what's funny is Mark Maron is on one of these.
Oh, he is. And Weird Al is Adolf Eichmann.
I want to see that Drunk History now. I've never seen that show before, but that looks hilarious.
On Hulu.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I'll check it out. Why not? And I'll check out Patton Oswalt's shit too.
It was all right. It wasn't great, but check out that one I was talking about. That one was especially funny. The one where he, was talking about David Lee Roth. I think it's called Obliterated, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check that out. Oh, all right. Well, that is the episode for the week, everybody. We will talk to you soon, and keep safe, and we'll see you next week. Huh?
Jonathan Winters is on the next one, and Robert Klein.
Ugh, that's going to be fun.
And Rick Overton. Robert Klein, the parent of Joe Rogan's wife, we've discovered.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only person left alive from this panel is Paul Prevents.
Maybe.
But yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time.